Nails of Norway are back again, and today I am going to do some PolyGel nails on a nail biter, as you saw. And she does not have that tiny nail beds, but she's still a nail biter and she still has quite a lot of skin on the tip of her nails. So first of all, what's really important with a nail biter is that you prep their nails really well. I love using my drill. I have been so obsessed by doing manicure with my e-file now that if I see something white on that nail bed, I just go crazy. There's just something in my mind. Well, a lot of the issue with the nail biter is that you have such a short nail bed that you really need to take care of their nail plate. You see that tiny white spot in the right corner there? I cannot remove it with my little non-abrasive file bit there I have there, so I need to get into that groove with something else, and you see I have something on that pinky also. So I took out this little really fine pink yeah, it's actually just a sanding band. It's not a sanding band, but it's just a buffing bit. But this girl has such soft nails, nail beds of really soft skin, and I was so sure that I was going to hurt her with anything else, and I actually managed to nick her in the corner of her nail there. I did not draw blood. You see there? It's starting to get red. She did not bleed, but she got red in that corner. But this is a ceramic bit, yes. And you can use this to buff the nails. You can buff the skin, like I do on the side walls here, and take off any excess light excess cuticle, dead cuticle. So, but that was all I needed for her prepping of her nails, because she was so soft and it did not need it anymore. So her nail bed was really clean after this. I just need to go over with my regular file, because this electric file that I have here it starts on a really high speed, so I cannot go in and buff the nail with the nail plate itself with the e-file, because it's on so high speed when I start it. So I only use my regular file and taking off the sharp corners of her nails, and I also take a little bit rougher but still a dull file, and buff off that natural shine on her nail. I do not take any layers off, I just rough off the nail plate. I do not file into the nail plate. I'm just etching it to get that nail plate to lift a little bit, so I can get that goodies into that nail plate. This was my first nail biter ever, so I was so excited to see how this went along. The problem was that she lives 2 hours away from me, so I could not do a follow-up on her. But these last for 3 weeks, yay! and onto these files, no forms. I had to measure them and cut them and measure them and cut them. So they needed to be square on this nail. You need to cut them after every type of nail shape, but I was a little bit lazy here. I did not cut the side walls. That was because of I could either have put a tab on to elongate her nail bed and then cut the nail form and tucked it underneath the tip of the finger, if you know what I mean. You can see I cut a little bit on the sides here just so the form should not flood, or the PolyGel should not flood her sides of her nails. But there was so little difference between her fingertip and her nail plate, so I just opted for the safest solution, or the easiest solution. So yeah, I think the result was good enough. So dehydrate this and taking on primer. Do you see how her nails actually turn white right away after I put on the primer? I actually should have used what is it called, acid primer, when these things happens, but they stayed on for 3 weeks, so no problem. But then you see I put on the base coat layer and I cure that for 30 seconds, and I'm using Madam Glam's PolyGel RosePink, and the Dehyrdrator and prep is from Nded, and my Slipsolution is also from Nded. I really love the Slipsolution together with Madam Glam's PolyGel, and the brush is just an old natural brush that I had because my regular brush has gotten ruined. But I really like this big brush when I do these polygels. So I'm patting and fiddling. But it is you can cure, of course you can do all 4 and cure all 4, but I cure between every nail because I tend to bump into them, or my clients bump into them, and it just makes a mess out of it for me anyway. But the polygel does not move, so for a beginner that is a great place to start. It's an amazing product, this polygel, for beginners and for others that has done this a long time. And this rose pink is just so beautiful to our light skin here in the northern countries. So her nail plate, especially on Nailbiter, are usually not that long, so you should actually not do a longer nail than the length of her nail bed on the tip, so twice her nail bed. So usually that means just a little bit outside their nail tip, but she wanted these long nails, and this is kind of experiment. So I went with it, and it looks really cute, of course. So I was so excited about this going to pop off in just a few days. I was so sure I'm so proud of myself that this that this stayed on for 3 weeks. So if she had lived closer to me, she could have come and I could have fixed this every month. If I had the energy to do that. I have had so many people or the school assignments I have had different people to work on. I have worked with young girls and medium girls and older girls. And the young girls, you can twist and turn their hands. They are totally relaxed, and you can do whatever you like with them. And then you have this, yeah, like me, and a little bit. They start to get a little bit stiffer in their hands and just a little bit curious and did not want to let not all the control go. But then you have the grandma, the grandmas. Oh, especially my ma. Oh, wow, she is in the category of, have you heard nails and her Faye, the worst client ever? That is my mother. She is horrible. She keeps her fingers straight in the air and wants to see every little thing that I do. And what are you doing now? And how do you do this? And why do you do this? And should it be that way? I should. Oh wow! Wow. She is a piece of work. Oh well. So I'm babbling through every single step here, but I just placed it all around. But I go in with a second layer because she has that little nail plate. So I go in and put a smaller bead in the back third of her nail because I want that apex or that gravity point, if you know what I mean, to stay in the back as long as it can. So when it grows out, that apex point will not be too far on the tip. I guess I actually had some great idea there. I'm not sure, but I felt like that was pretty. Yeah, I just felt that that was the right thing to do. And it stayed on, so yeah. So I'm just, and here I take all the 4 fingers together, work on all 4 before I cure them. Just dabbing and dabbing and dabbing and dabbing. And I love about this Slipsolution is that you can use only a tiny bit and you can see how much I work with it. It does not glide all over or it's not super wet, and I still just wipe off on the towel sometimes. So I really love this. This is so amazing. It's a really great Slipsolution. I will try to put the links down to every product that I use. And she was going to yeah, she lives 2 hours away, as I said, so she had to catch a bus. So we were going to put some colors on these fingers, but we did not have the time to do that for some reason. So yeah, luckily this color was really nice to her, so we stayed on this color. We did not have the time for putting on some gel polish and ornaments and some things like that. So I am using this drill bit. It's a quite thin cone shape drill bit. I really like this because you get really down to the corners of your nail. It's just around the side walls of your nails. And with the PolyGel I like to just do the sidewalls and of course the cuticle area, and then I move on to the regular hand file because it's so easy to file that I like to have that control with my regular file. So I'm filing straight out and doing sidewalls and just work my way around the nail tip. I try to work with one side at a time, but you can see me going a little bit back and forward here. So here I try to get better at my filing technique. That I just do one side at a time and go back and do the other side. So, well, there is always something to improve on. That was not the right word, was it? Improve? No, forget it. Believe me, I have not put the filing of all the nails in here, so I guess it's just this one again, this one. This is the last one, I think. It looks like I have sped up the video enormously, but it's just 2 times or something. It just looks horrifically fast. I just forget to say the last words. I just think in my mind that I have said it and it comes out later. Sorry about that. And you see how pointy that is? That got... So I had to make that pointy, not that pointy, because she did not want them that pointy. She wanted more of an oval shape, not a stiletto shape. And that makes sense because this length of a nail, that is a lot more pleasing to the eye. And here is my buffer, just to buff it to a really nice shine before I put on the gel polish. And you see, I'm not sure if you saw that. I was going to tell you that, but I forgot it. Because every time I'm finished with one nail, I take my thumb, or first I can say, here I separate if any skin has stuck to the PolyGel, so I just loosen that skin. But every time I have filed a nail, I take my finger over this to feel any lumps or bumps or things that I have not filed properly. So if you can go back, you will see that I brush over with my thumb after I'm finished. So this is the top coat, and I just dived into this nail with the top coat and soaked in these gems because I had no time to go in with a smaller brush around them, so they are stuck in there. They have a pretty high shine, so that works really well. So I am just curing that, and then I put on the oil on her nails to not rehydrate, yes. I'm rehydrating her nails again, and some pictures, and I hope that you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, comment if you want to, subscribe if you haven't done it, hit that gray bell if you want updates on my video, and I will see you soon, everybody. I love you all. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.